The Delta State PDP became APC. Oh yeah, and that's supposed to be Tinubu and the APC announcing to us the futility of resistance in 2027. So in the week that was, the PDP became the APC, and you remember that Freudian slip during the campaign, or what passed for the campaign season in 2022-2023. The PDAPC. We finally are getting to the point of the PDAPC. So you saw the movement of what was the PDP into the PDAPC. I told you long ago, back in 2015, the APC is the PDP. The PDP is the APC. One and the same. Twin. From birth, necessarily twinned. So here is the thing. It was a distraction. Don't get it twisted. If you've been busy getting involved in the partisan divide in Delta State, open your eyes. You were just taking side in the fight of your predators, whose sole purpose is to devour you.
Welcome back to Chocketable Media. Here is my opinion on the Gale of Defections from PDP to APC. As a threat to Nigeria's democracy, the recent wave of defections by Nigerian politicians, particularly from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), has once again raised concerns about the state of the nation's democracy. The latest high-profile defector is Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, alongside former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, who have reportedly joined the APC or are in talks to do so. This trend is not new, but its persistence highlights deeper issues in Nigeria's political system: a lack of ideology, the dominance of opportunism, and the weakening of opposition. 1. Political opportunism over principle. Defections in Nigeria are rarely driven by ideology or policy differences. Instead, politicians switch parties for personal survival, access to power, and financial benefits. The APC, despite its struggles with governance and public dissatisfaction, continues to attract opposition figures because it controls federal might and patronage. For many defectors, joining the ruling party is a calculated move to secure protection, contracts, or relevance ahead of future elections. Governor Oborevwori's rumoured move, following in the footsteps of other PDP stalwarts like Godswill Akpabio and Dave Umahi, suggests that the APC is strategically poaching opposition figures to consolidate power. While this may strengthen the APC's dominance in the short term, it weakens Nigeria's multi-party democracy. A vibrant democracy requires a strong opposition to hold the government accountable, but when opposition members keep defecting, checks and balances erode. 2. The weakening of the PDP and opposition politics. The PDP, once Nigeria's dominant party, has been in steady decline since its 2015 loss to the APC. Instead of rebuilding as a formidable opposition, it has been plagued by internal crises, leadership struggles, and mass defections. If even governors and former governors, who should be the party's backbone, are abandoning ship, what hope does the PDP have? The danger is not just for the PDP, but for democracy itself. When opposition parties are weak, the ruling party faces little resistance, leading to unchecked power, arrogance, and poor governance. Nigeria has seen this play out under both the PDP and APC. When one party becomes too dominant, accountability suffers. 3. What does this mean for Nigerians? For ordinary citizens, these defections mean very little. Politicians change parties, but governance remains poor. The same faces rotate in different parties, recycling failed policies and empty promises. Nigerians need parties with clear ideologies, not just platforms for power-seeking individuals. If defections continue at this rate, Nigeria risks becoming a de facto one-party state, where elections are mere formalities rather than competitive contests. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, civil society, and the media must ensure that party switching does not undermine electoral integrity. 4. Conclusion. A call for political ideology and strong institutions. The Gale of Defections is a symptom of Nigeria's flawed political system, one that rewards opportunism over service. until politicians are held accountable by voters and parties, develop strong ideological foundations. These defections will continue, weakening democracy. Nigerians must demand more than just party switches. They must demand performance, principles, and real opposition. Otherwise, the cycle of defections will persist, leaving democracy weaker and citizens worse off. General Snow wrote, "The political drama unfolding in Delta and Akwa Ibom states points to something far more calculated than what appears on the surface. Both immediate past governors are reportedly facing investigations by the EFCC over allegations of looting state funds. However, recent developments suggest there may be more to the story than meets the eye. With the defection of Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori to APC today, and the promised support for APC in 2027 by Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno, what if these former governors were quietly offered a deal? What if they were told to bring their successors into the APC in exchange for protection from prosecution? It is not an outrageous idea when we remember what Adams Oshiomhole once said without shame. Once you join the APC, all your sins are forgiven. And true to his words, he was not wrong. Take Godswill Akpabio, for example. The moment he joined the ruling party, the EFCC, once active in pursuing him, suddenly lost its voice. The blind eagle never mentioned his case again. Justice in Nigeria is now for sale. Has it become a matter of who you align with rather than what you have done? What future does that leave for accountability in this country? Over the years, several governors have defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, while still in office. Here are 7 sitting governors who defected from PDP to APC. 1. Sheriff Oborevwori, Delta State. Sheriff Oborevwori shocked many by dumping the PDP for the APC on Wednesday. His defection marks a significant political shift in Delta, a core PDP state since 1999. 2. Dave Umahi, Ebonyi State. Umahi defected to APC in November 2020 during his second term as governor. He cited marginalization of the Southeast by the PDP and praised APC's infrastructure focus under President Buhari. 3. Ben Ayed, Cross River State. Governor Ayed left PDP for APC in May 2021. He said his decision was driven by a desire to align with the federal government to attract more development projects to Cross River State. 4. Bello Matawal, Zamfara State. Matawal defected to APC in June 2021. His move followed political turbulence in Zamfara and was seen as a strategic alliance to maintain stability and control. 5. Aminu Tambuwal, Sokoto State. Tambuwal switched from PDP to APC ahead of the 2015 elections, returned to PDP in 2018, and was later linked with a fresh move back to APC while still in office, reflecting his dynamic political positioning. 6. Aliyu Wamako, Sokoto State. Wamako joined the APC in 2014 during his tenure as governor. He was among the early defectors whose moves helped shape the APC's victory in the 2015 general elections. 7. Abdul Fattah Ahmed, Kwara State. Ahmed, governor from 2011 to 2019, defected to APC in 2014 with Bukola Saraki during the famous political tsunami in Kwara. Though he returned to PDP later, the defection during his tenure was pivotal. Source: The Nation. End of my opinions. Please subscribe, like and share. Never forget to put your comment below and stay connected. Bye for now.
Contradictions that you see tearing Nigeria apart today, it will eventually kill it. Now, your ability or capacity to imagine a future that can be sold to the people about a better future that they can buy into, that is what may save it and take the place of bloodshed and lead it perhaps to a peaceful revolution. That is the only path that remains viable, because this Nigeria, I'm telling you today, imagine me as a doctor who has reviewed the diagnosis. I've looked, and I'm telling this to you right here and now. I have looked at the x-rays. I've seen the CT scans. I've seen the blood works. And I am not a man given to delusions. The evidence of my eyes, my brain tells me that if we continue on this pathway, what has already been started would be completed. Nigeria is dead. or dying. Pick your own diagnosis, but the only thing that is certain is that if it continues along this path, it will certainly end up in the morgue. Now, it is up to you.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest videos.